Hey, what is up, guys? We are here with the Kim Woo character breakdown. If you haven't seen the character breakdown videos before, we talk about a character's notable normals, special moves, linkers, enders, instinct, as well as a basic game plan. Today we're looking at Kim Woo. She has pretty good walk speed forward and backwards. Her dashes cover an okay distance. There's a lot of recovery on them. If I hold up there, you can see it takes a little while. But man, looking at that jump, you might have noticed already, it's very floaty. She has a very floaty jump. She jumps super high off the ground. She does have really good jump normals. Her jump heavy punch in particular is very strong. It can cross up. It's a really good jump button. She also has jump heavy kick, which is like this spike. It does a lot of damage if it hits. But if it hits an opponent air to air, she just spikes them directly onto the floor. It's a really interesting mechanic on that. Now, as far as some of her normals go, stand medium punch is her button. This button is amazing. It has really far range. It's special cancelable. This is your footsie normal in a lot of situations. She also has standing heavy punch, takes up good space. Crouching heavy punch to anti-air. Crouching medium kick is like her low. It doesn't have very far range, as you can see, but you can cancel it into special moves. But yeah, that's what crouching medium kick looks like. Standing medium kick and standing heavy kick are actually pretty good too, especially heavy kick since it moves you forward. But yeah, standing medium punch is your button. It's real good. Besides that, her medium punch and heavy punch have special mechanics to them. They can be chained, so you could just do her medium punch over and over like that. Or I could switch to heavy punch and I start moving forward, back to medium punch and I move backwards, heavy punch moves forward, etc. Now this is susceptible to shadow counter, but you can cancel these into special moves. So I can pick whatever special move I want to cancel them into. You can cancel them into throw. She has a special command throw, which I'll get into. And so she has a couple of different things that she can do off those to kind of make your life tough to deal with. But yeah, those are her main normals. Now let's talk a little bit about these special moves. She has Firecracker, which is quarter circle back punch. Looks just like that. Medium version can be, well, all of them can be held. The medium punch version will move you backwards. The heavy punch version will move you forward, and the light punch version keeps you in place. These are anti-projectile, so if I just set Jago to record, throw a projectile, you'll see here what happens. So if I just hold this, I can reflect the projectile. So you can see why I said that her mobility is not too important, because it's very tough to zone this character. Because as soon as you do that, you're going to get clipped by the dragon there, and you get staggered. It's so much time on that you actually have time to follow up with whatever you want. So if I reflect the projectile, I can combo with something like that right after. Even from like half screen, it's crazy how far you can do it. Yeah, so that's a two-hit combo. So it becomes really tough to zone her because of this, right? And then so once that happens, you have to walk forward and start playing ground game, and that's when her normals really start to shine. So that is Firecracker. That's quarter circle back punch. The EX version looks like this. You're gonna use that in combos a lot. So if you land whatever hit, you can spend it in a combo and use it. Looks just like that. So it's her Shadow Firecracker. Dragon Dance is quarter circle back kick. The light version is an overhead. This starts combos, and you can also use this as a linker. So it's an overhead. Medium kick version is plus on block, hits twice. Heavy kick version is not plus on block, but still safe, and it goes a little bit farther forward. So that's pretty good in a range like this where you can step in like that. Now, both of the medium kick and heavy kick versions always hit twice, so they're pretty easy to shadow counter. You have to keep that in mind when you're using these moves. If your opponent has meter, they can get out of it. Besides that, she can do a shadow version of it. It's really far range. She just like leaps. It's crazy. And that is also a shadow linker that you can use as well. Her dragon kick is quarter circle forward kick. It's just, you saw me use that earlier. Full screen. It's very fast. If your opponent jumps back or something, or does some big whiff, you can just go in there like that and clip them, and it does a lot of damage. The medium kick version will whiff like that on standing opponents. Same with the heavy kick, it just goes straight up. So you can use this as an anti-air. If you're kind of at this range and they jump, you can just clip them like that. That's dragon kick. The EX version is her reversal. It has very, very short horizontal range. So right here, it doesn't hit. So you have to be careful with it. But it is an invincible reversal, and it does a grip of damage. It does a good amount. Especially as a combo ender. It's one of the main things you'll use in combos. So if I do like a normal combo with her or whatever, spend some meter, look at the damage on this. Oh, brutal, right? Yeah, she hits like a grown woman, that's for sure. Other special moves, I mentioned it earlier, she has a throw, and it's quarter circle back and throw. So it is a techable throw, right? So it's completely techable, but if it lands, it switches sides, and it starts a combo. And you can keep doing it in your combos. So you can do stuff like that into another one, and then go on the other side and just keep doing it, right? So it's kind of similar to Thunder's combo trait, but yeah, it's a side switch. So you can cancel it off of this stuff. If your opponent tries to shadow counter all this, you can cancel into the throw, or you can just open people up with it and use it in combos like that and go for whatever you want to go for. So Pretty good stuff there. That is her dragon grab. Her dragon counter is 3 punch, and you can see there she kind of flexes and does her nunchuck thing. So this beats projectiles as well as strikes. If I set him to playback and throw a projectile, you can parry that, and it'll build you a dragon. What do you use dragons for? Well, if you hit 3 kicks, you can do a dragon counter, and you can build up to 3 dragons, by the way. So if you use 3 kicks, you can use a dragon cancel. Excuse me, I didn't mean dragon counter. Now, you can cancel pretty much anything you do. One of the problems Kim Woo has is that she doesn't have very many low threats. Like, her crouching medium kick is probably her main low threat, and you can see the range is pretty low. But around this range, she can hit you with overhead, so everybody's going to stand block. How can you use dragon cancel to mix this up? Well, what you can do at a range like this is do dragon kick, and instead of letting it go, you can cancel it, hitting 3 kicks, and then go low like that, right? So you can get in there and mix up. You can even do stuff like this and then go for the throw, or mix them up however you want. That is the usefulness of dragon cancel. And as you probably guess, her instinct builds her dragon. So you get a dragon and they regenerate over time. So I just wanted to show off some of the stuff you can do. You can do stuff like her flying dragon kick. You can cancel that. So if they block it, you can make yourself safe. You can juggle off of it. Same thing with these. So if I feel like I need to get in from full screen, you can do that and go in. So yeah, you can cancel into a jump normal or whatever. You can also just do it off of jumps, and it makes for this pretty tough to block try jump thing that she can do. It's kind of like a box dash if you've ever played Marvel. So yeah, you can cancel whatever you want into that. It's it's pretty serious. So that is what her instinct does. But there's also other stuff on her instinct. Real quick before we get too into that, let's talk about her enders. So she has dragon kick, which is quarter circle forward. That is her damage ender. It looks just like that. If you do the regular version, she just blasts off into the sky. If you do the shadow version of it, it's the damage ender that we just showed off. So it's that. Huge damage. One of the biggest shadow damage enders, at least from what I'm looking at here. It looks pretty big. Dragon Dance is quarter circle back. It's this move. It's a wall splat. So it splats your opponent against the wall. You can go for the throw mix up or whatever you want to do, right? So that's a wall splat. And Firecracker, which is quarter circle back punch, is dragon builder. So you do it and it builds you a dragon if you don't have any. It also just leaves them standing. So if you want to do like a short combo and then just end it with a dragon, you can use that to build up yourself some resources, which is pretty good because then you can use that to get in or mix up your opponent or whatever, right? It's really one of those things that you might do short combos and build lots of dragons so you have resources and you can make your mix-ups more dangerous and a little safer too. But yeah, those are her main enders. Now, Instinct, besides being able to regenerate dragons, which is what's going on here, I can hit Instinct again and shoot the dragon cannon. Now, when I was doing Firecracker earlier to fireballs, you noticed that, you know, it shot out a dragon when I reflected one, but in Instinct, you have the ability to shoot these dragons. So they're really plus. So if I hit him from here, I can walk up and do medium punch, and you can see that was a combo. So you have lots of time to do stuff. And this makes it so that you can do stuff like this, and then hit from full screen, and then go in with that, like I mentioned earlier, or you can do that, and then like combo from there. It's it's pretty serious. So you can start doing some pressure that normally doesn't work before, and you can do these off of anything. So you can do stuff like, you know, whiff that and then shoot a dragon off of it. You can do the, you know, whatever and that and then shoot a dragon and whatever you want to do. So these dragon cannons are very dangerous and they have huge priority, and you can see that they combo all the way in. It's, yeah, huge hit stun. They're staggers. So this is really important for her as well. And they make this really dangerous because you can just do stand medium punch and buffer it, and if it hits, you just walk up and combo off of it. You get your wall splat, whatever you want to do. So Kim Woo is this character that forces the mid-range because you can't zone her because of this. So you have to walk up into this range, and then she gets to start hitting you with this kind of stuff, her nunchucks, and her amazing stand medium punch. And when you're in this range, she can just jump and hit you with this big fierce. So she kind of forces a neutral game, and if you're good at that and your opponent is it can be pretty tough. But, you know, in reverse, if your opponent has really good mid-range buttons, then it's kind of scary because that's the range Kim Woo has to play. And her reversal doesn't go that far, like I mentioned. It has pretty short horizontal reach. But if you have dragons, you can cancel this. So that's pretty good as well. You can even combo off of it into like some crazy stuff like that. And you can spend a bunch of dragons and do these crazy combos. But yeah, so she's a real mid-rangey character. She's really funky, not your typical kind of KI character, I guess. Well, I mean, all KI characters are pretty funky and cool, but yeah, she's a little different and she is pretty fun. So that is Kim Woo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching this character breakdown, and I'll see you guys again soon.